Hello, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Great talking to you again. I told everybody that we were going to have Batman on again, but only I can call you Batman. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. So great to chat with you.
Oh, great. So we got a couple of quick questions for you. I know that you're very busy, and so I'm going to make sure I get this right this time and not hold you up. But the first thing I really want to ask you, and this is a question that a couple of us have, and just to, start it off light. How did you feel when you saw that badge?
Listen, I'll just tell you that the people of Georgia have a clear and stark choice between me and my opponent. And this race at the end of the day is about who's ready to represent the people of Georgia. My opponent has not been truthful about the basic facts of his life. He claims he was a police officer. He clearly was not, and he is not. And he doubled down on that stage.
Isn't that against the law?
Presented a badge as if that proved that he really is law enforcement, and has continued to go around and say that he has the authority to work with the police. He should explain what that means.
Yeah.
He claimed to be a graduate of the University of Georgia. He did not graduate. He claimed to be valedictorian. He was not. He claimed that he has a company that has 800 employees. They have 8. He claimed to have started a business that does not even exist. And now he wants us to imagine that he's also U.S. Senator material. I think this is consistent with someone who has not been truthful with us and perhaps not with himself about the basic facts of his life. The basic facts.
Now, with you talking about him saying that he graduated from college, we know that you did graduate from college, and over the last couple of days, we've seen here in Atlanta homecoming going down. So, did you get to celebrate your homecoming this round? Were you out there?
Oh, I'm a proud Morehouse man. And let me just say, listen, the issue is not that he didn't graduate from college. Some of the finest people I know never graduated college. I want to be very clear about that. The issue is that he claims to have done so, and it's a lie.
Right.
He lies about himself. He lies about me. And I think character matters.
Definitely.
It's something that I learned at Morehouse College, and a place that has a grand moral tradition. I was drawn there as a kid who was just so captivated by the voice of Martin Luther King Jr. I went there because that's where Dr. King went. And it is a place that got me set for a lifetime commitment of service, and was happy to spend time there on the campus this weekend.
That's amazing. So we don't have a lot of time with you, but I do want to get the biggest thing, the most important thing to me right now is I want to reach those people who don't necessarily vote in every election. They only vote in those major elections, and that's a very big issue for me because, as I say on my show, we have to vote from everything from dog catcher all the way to senator to representatives. Anybody who is running, we need to know not only who they are and what they stand for, but we also have to let our voice be heard as to who we want to represent us. Can you really explain to those people who might not vote in this type of election why it's so important to vote for your position and to show their voice?
Let's be clear, not voting is simply not an option. And while you ought to vote in every single election, this is a major election. You're voting for a governor and a United States senator and an attorney general and a lieutenant governor. I mean, this is a major election by any measure, and there are more than the names that are on the ballot. It's the future of your family that's on the ballot. We passed the single largest tax cut for middle and working class families in American history. It's called the Expanded Child Tax Credit. My only regret is that we only did it for 6 months because we didn't have the votes. I would like to see us extend that tax cut to ordinary people, to working class people. My opponent would not support that at all. He said he would have voted against the Inflation Reduction Act, which we passed in August. Come January, if you have diabetes and you're on Medicare, you're going to see your insulin costs go down drastically to no more than $35 of out-of-pocket costs per month. I would have gotten it done for folks on private insurance, but again, I was blocked by craven politicians who apparently feel they work for the big pharmaceutical companies. I work for the people of Georgia. He would have voted against it. He wouldn't have even done it for folks on Medicare. And his response was, people just need to eat right. Instead of dealing with the fact that these companies are price gouging. They're gouging insulin. When I pointed out the fact that we've got 600,000 people in the healthcare coverage gap, folks who would be covered if we expanded Medicaid in this state, something that I've worked on assiduously and fervently at the federal level. My opponent said that people who have jobs have health care. Why doesn't he know that the people in the gap are largely the working poor? But he wants to be a United States senator. Listen, the stakes are too high. The issues are too urgent. The differences between me and my opponent are too wide for any one of us to sit out on this election. When you go in that ballot booth, you're going to see my name. You're going to see his name. But let me tell you who's really on the ballot. Your mother's on your mother's on the ballot. Your children is on the ballot. Workers and reproductive rights and the right of women to control their own healthcare systems, their own healthcare issues. That's what's on the ballot. And I'm much heartened. Look, the good news is people are turning out. There was a lot of hand wringing and folks saying that folks weren't going to turn out. They are turning out. But we got to keep this going all the way through November 8th. Don't let up, folks. Keep coming. Keep coming. Your vote is your voice. Your voice is your human dignity. And as I often say, a vote is this. A vote is actually a kind of prayer for the world we desire for ourselves and for our children. Don't neglect to pray.
That's beautiful. That's definitely beautiful. I know you're very busy and we got to get you out of here because last time I held on to you just a little bit too long. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to let you go, but I will ask you this. If there are any other people that you feel our people need to hear from, please tell them to come on the show. Let them know that you support us and we support you. This is Hits 92.3. I need you to go ahead and tell them where you're at. You at Hits 92.3 and you came back again because we friends now, right?
Oh, absolutely. We are friends, and I'm on 92.3. Glad to be here anytime. Let's keep this going, and let's keep those ballots moving all the way through Election Day. Georgia, we did it before. Let's do it again. Keep the faith.
Thank you so much, Reverend. We appreciate you. Like I said, y'all make sure y'all get out there and vote. Reverend Warnock has been wonderful enough to come on Hits 92.3 twice to let y'all know why he is the candidate of choice. And look for his name on the ballot. And just remember, I said you gotta vote for Batman.
All right.
Thank you so much, Raphael. Sir. Got a little too comfortable there. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you in person here at the Hits 92.3 studios in the future.
That'll be great.
All right.
Take care, y'all.
You be safe. Bye-bye. Awesome. Love it.
Yeah.
You guys, it's amazing when we get a chance to talk to people, and he's absolutely right. You know, at this point, listening to people say that they're still voting for or they would vote for his opponent, you got to question them. Like, why is it? You know, I've heard things where people said that they were voting for him because they want the house to be red again.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason why. It has nothing to do with whether or not he's the better candidate. It's just that they don't want Georgia to be a blue state anymore. They want it to be a red state.
Yeah.
Back the way it was.
Yep.
And if we're trying to do things, or if things are always going to be done the way that they were done, we'll never get nothing done. because obviously we haven't been getting anything done with the way it was done. If you guys really want change, you have to be the voice of change. So I really, really appreciate Reverend Raphael Warnock for coming through yet again. I am the only person who can call him Batman.
Yeah.
Y'all know I give everybody a nickname. I'm the only person to call him Batman. But it's because he is trying to stand up for the people. And we got too many people out here trying to slander his name, but really, he's the hero, and it against the better of the two.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? It's